soldiers in their revelry. They were mine.
So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to do the bath sequence within the raid. So the baths is one of the most team coordinated parts of the raid, and it needs communication for all of this part during the raid. So before we get into anything to do with the raid for this sequence, make sure you split your team into two. Make sure you have 3 on one side and 3 on the other side. You want 3 on the left side of the map in your room you're in, and 3 on the right. So this is just to make it simpler, and make sure you know what everyone is at every certain time. So let's get right into it. So as you can see, I'm going to show you this map. This map is of the room that laid out for the baths, the royal baths. This is what you want to do. You want to get everyone on a plate. So everyone but one person on a plate at the beginning. So you want to have 1 in the middle, 1 on the left, 1 on the bottom left, 1 on the top right, and 1 on the bottom right. So when you're doing this, you're going to be able to, you get this psionic protection that protects you and allows you to bring up the chains within the raid. So while you're doing this, your psionic burn or meter or buff, whatever, will go down throughout. So this is what you want to do, is you want to move your players throughout, but make sure when you're moving your players around, you have to keep swapping and turning, that you always keep one person on their plate. Only the outside plates. The center plate is one for the third member of the team on whatever side you're on to get their buff. Just make sure the third member of anyone who steps in the middle does not jump on their plate and stay on their plate until the next person needs their buff. As soon as that first person jumps on at the beginning of this sequence, make sure they jump right off so the other person get theirs and be able to go help either their top left or their top right or their bottom left or their bottom right to start off their chain reaction. So when they're doing this, you're gonna have to kill some bathers and make sure you pull the chains out. So when you're being able to swap play people on their plate, you want them to jump on it with you, and then you come off as soon as they get on the plate, meaning that that chain's going to continually go down without any stops whatsoever. And so they go run to the middle to rebuff their psionic protection, then go to the bottom right, and well, they swap with that person and do the same other. So you want to keep doing this until you get all the way to the bottom, but make sure your players keep swapping throughout. Make sure they're all running to one and then they're running to one, so they're all just keeping the buff. So when you've done this, you can see these purple things on the map. So these are going to be the containers you are going to destroy. So these containers will be hard to destroy because this is what you have to do in the royal baths. So when you're doing this, after pulling the chain sequence of when stepping on the plate, make sure you have 2 cleaners for this bit. You're going to need 2 cleaners because there's going to be a lot of ads. So I recommend either a Striker Titan, Shadow Shot Hunter, or maybe an Arc Strider Hunter. We haven't tried an Arc Strider Hunter, or a Storm Trance Warlock, because this is going to be really good for this. So what you want to do is when those 2 people are cleaning ads, you want your other members in the middle to be on the middle plate, because that's where you're going to get your buff, the Force of Will, and you want to shoot these cylinders above. When you're shooting these above, make sure you are always stood on the plate, and make sure you team shot these cylinders above because they do have a lot of health. So for this, I recommend either high-powered energy weapons such as Uriel's Gift or something like that, or maybe even a rocket launcher, maybe Sins of the Past or Curtain Call, because they're really strong rocket launchers, and the very strong Merciless. Merciless is super good for this section, so make sure you use that one because it will help drop loads of enemies down and will help you throughout destroying these. After you've done this, make sure you jump off the plate before anything goes on any further, because there will be a Scion that spawns. You want to kill that Scion because that Scion can fuck up your team and probably mind wipe you all. We make sure we killed it. We've never been killed by it, but it can kill you. And make sure before you start the next sequence or the rotation, if you do get all 3 cylinders all in one go from all 3 positions on the map, you will have to clean all the ads, so you've got a better chance of doing this. And then when you're ready, jump back on your plates, and then you're ready to take off and do it again. And you just recycle and do this until you finish your, well, destroying all 3 cylinders, and you get your chest. Voila, it's done. It's very simple and not as complex as any other part of the raid, but that's pretty much it, guys. And make sure you remember to leave a like and subscribe, because there will be more parts coming about how to finish the raid as a team. And as always, guys, I'll see you in another one. Good